think everything's good to go. Okay.
Yep. Good.
Alrighty, everybody. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. Find a comfortable seat. I like to sit on a pillow just to tilt the pelvis forward a little bit. I got my socks on and my shawl this morning just because it's a little bit chilly. Once we warm up, should be right. Just finding a comfortable seat. Just taking a few moments just to come to the breath, just to take the awareness inwards. Taking the awareness inwards to the breath. Inhaling through the nose, out through the nose. Just filling up the body with the beautiful prana, the life force, the vital energy. Just continuing just to take the breaths into the body, filling up the whole of the body from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. The belly, the rib cage, the chest expand. You might like to pause on the inhale. And then as you exhale, a nice controlled exhale as the body contracts. Navel towards the spine. Just finding a rhythm to your breath. Maybe deepening the inhale, lengthening the exhale. Inhaling to the count of 4, exhaling to the count of 4. Just closing down the eyes. Just taking a few moments just to dwell in the equanimity of the breath, the silence of the mind, hopefully. A few more breaths here. Just feeling the body fill up with beautiful prana, the life force. Expanding through the torso. When you're ready, we'll just send the chin to the sky on the inhale. As you exhale, chin to chest, just flexing, extending through the neck. Inhaling, chin to the sky. Exhaling, chin to chest. A few more times, inhaling. Just letting the breath initiate the movement, exhaling. Inhaling. And, excuse me, exhaling, draw the chin to the chest. Pausing here for a few breaths. Feeling that beautiful stretch in the back of the neck. On your next inhale, we'll send the right ear to the right shoulder. And then we'll come across to the other side, just chin to the chest still, just making a semicircle with the neck here. A few more times. Relaxing the shoulders down, trying not to hold any tension in the shoulders, just relaxing them down. A few more times. Maybe next time we come to the left side, we just roll the head back. Do a full circle if you can. If not, just continue with the semicircles. In one direction, and then the other. And then pausing with the chin on the chest, and we'll come back the other way. Just listening to all the cartilage in the neck. Just And next time the chin's on the chest, we'll just bring the hands in the heart center, Anjali Mudra. Thumbs pressing up against the sternum, the fingertips and palms are gently touching. We'll take this opportunity to give love and gratitude to ourselves and our bodies for this practice. And we bow down to Mother Earth. Forehead on the mat, arms extended out in front. Pressing the fingertips into the mat just to press the hips back. Just continuing to relax here, just for a release into the lower back, into the hip joints, into the glutes, probably the knees as well, the thighs. And then when you're ready, we'll just walk the hands in. Good morning. Fingertips out wide. Fingertips touch the sky. Lock the thumbs in together, pull the thumbs apart. And then releasing the thumbs, right fingertips to the mat, left fingertips stay high, arm beside the ear. We're just pressing the fingertips into the mat, and we're just pressing this opposite hip away. Just feel that beautiful stretch into the side body. Nice straight arm on the left side. Extending out through the fingers. Maybe coming down onto the forearms, bending through the right elbow, opening up the chest to the sky. Maybe taking the left arm behind the back, opening up, see if you can keep these knees close to the mat, looking up to the sky. A few more breaths, opening up, and then pressing the right fingertips into the mat. We'll come across, fingertips are high, and then we come across and we do a twist to the opposite side, the back of the right hand's across the left knee, looking out over the left shoulder or right shoulder or straight ahead in line with the chest. It's up to you this morning. You can ramp it up to whatever intensity feels good. A few more breaths here. And then when you're ready, we'll keep the right hand on the left knee and we'll take the left hand to the right knee and we'll do some seated cat-cows. So we're just going to squeeze the knees in together and then we'll just bring the arms, the elbows go wide, chest in between the arms, inhaling, exhaling, just chin to chest, inhaling, exhaling, just feeling that stretch across the back of the shoulders, inhaling a few more times, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling, one more time, inhaling, exhaling. Next time you inhale, keeping the elbows crossed over, and then see if you can cross over at the wrists and see if the palms can touch each other, or you can take hold of the hands, fingers, wherever it feels good. And then from here you want the elbows at shoulder height and you want the hands to be pressing away from you. Few more breaths here. So we're going to send the arms to the left and then looking to the right shoulder, and we're keeping the torso straight ahead. So we're going to left arms to the left, looking over the right shoulder, and come across the other side. Feeling that stretch in the front of the shoulders there. Keeping the elbows nice and high, hands away from the face. A few more times on each side, just to feel that beautiful stretch in the shoulders. One more time, and then exhaling, just fingertips out wide, fingertips are pointing back. And so, chest forward, arms are at shoulder height, fingertips are pointing back, so we're just going to send the fingertips down this time, opening up through the shoulders, exercising the wrists, and then we'll send the fingertips up high, forward and back. Just do the opposite way and then send the fingertips forward, up and back and down. Opening up, fingertips up, forward, down and back. Just feeling that beautiful rotation through the shoulders. A few more times, just flexing, extending the wrists. fingertips back and down, fingertips forward, up and back. And then when you're ready, send the fingertips to the sky, lock those thumbs in again, pull the thumbs apart. And then hands into heart center. As they come down through heart center, elbows are wide. And then relaxing the hands, back of the hands on the top of the thighs. Legs are crossed or legs are straight out in front, whatever feels good. And then again we'll do it the other side. Maybe crossing the legs the opposite way to the start of the practice, crossing the legs the other way. Send the fingertips to the sky, maybe looking up to the hands, and then left fingertips touch the mat, right arm beside the ear, extending out through those right fingertips, extending as far as you can. Keep extending. Pressing that opposite hip away, maybe coming down onto the forearm on this side, opening up through the chest, maybe taking that right hand behind the back, opening up, keeping this right knee down, opening up, looking up over that shoulder or looking down wherever you get to today. It's your body, your practice. And then when you're ready, planting the hand down, fingertips on the mat, and then we'll come up, fingertips to the sky, and we'll twist across to the other side. Back of the hand on the outside of the right knee. Using the hand behind you just to prop yourself up, sitting up nice and tall. Inhaling, taking in that beautiful prana, the life force, the vital energy. And then exhaling, just twisting a little deeper here. Feeling that beautiful twist as we twist all our organs, get a bit of a massage. One more breath. And as you exhaling, coming back to center, we'll keep the left hand on the right knee, right hand goes to left knee, pulling the knees together. Chest in between the arms, inhaling, chest forward, chin up, exhaling. A few more times, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. One more time, inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling as you come up, keep the elbows crossed over, crossing over the wrists. See if you can take the wrists, take the crossing over at the wrists. Elbows are shoulder height, hands are pointing away from the face here, and so we're going to look over the right shoulder and send the arms to the left, keeping the torso looking or going straight ahead. Inhaling, exhaling, opposite side, inhaling, exhaling, feeling that beautiful stretch in the front of the shoulders, the backs of the shoulders, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling. One more time on each side. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling the fingertips back behind you, opening up the chest, and then send the hands to the ground, fingertips pointing away, and we'll just open up through the chest here. Tilting the head back in between the shoulder blades, just relaxing here like you're on a deck chair in the Bahamas. Just relaxing for a few breaths. And then taking the hand, weight into the hands, send the feet out, soles of the feet on the mat, comfortable distance away from the body, and we'll press up into a reverse tabletop. Nice straight line from the shoulders, through to the hips, through to the knees, tilting the head back, hips up a little bit higher. Staying here for a few breaths. And then keeping the hands where they are, we'll just drop the hips down towards the heels. And feeling that, once again, feeling the shoulders getting a bit of a workout this morning, but that's not too bad. A few more breaths. Maybe just rocking the hips around a bit here. Then coming back up, hips to the sky, tilting the head back. And then dropping the hips down. And then we're going to walk the hands towards the feet, coming into a squat, malasana or Indian squat. So from here, feet are wide, heels in, toes out, coming into a squat. Just elbows inside the knees, palms together at the heart space. Just seeing if you can widen the hips or send the knees out wide enough so you're not collapsing through the arches of the feet. I can't do it, but it's all good, doesn't matter. A few more breaths here. And then when you're ready, arms above the head and we're standing up. Oh yeah, how's that, eh? Alrighty. So we'll come through a few rounds of sun salutations. Standing at the top of the mat. Just finding your balance here. Rocking back and forward on the feet. I've got a new yoga mat today, so it's nice and sticky, which is good. So rocking back and forward on the feet, side to side, just wiggling the toes, just swaying the body from side to side, swinging the arms around, shrugging the shoulders up, doing whatever feels good here. And then coming back to neutral, coming back to just standing. Feet are hip width apart, as long as you feel comfortable here. And then we're just going to just pause here for a few breaths. And then we're just going to send the palms forward, opening up the chest to the sky. And then we're going to send the fingertips forward, up and back, gentle back bend to start the morning. Exhaling, pivoting at the hips, coming forward, line the fingertips up with the toes, inhaling halfway lift, Utkatasana, Ardha Utkatasana. Exhaling, right foot back as far as you can go. Drop the back knee down. Extending out through the crown of the head if you want to, or chin to the sky. A few breaths here. And when you're ready, plant the hands down, lift the hips up slightly, make some room for the leg to go back to meet the right. A few breaths here. It's a high plank, high side of a push-up. Top of the inhale, just pausing, and then we're coming through knees, chest, forehead to the mat. Chest is either in between the arms, elbows in nice and tight, sliding through into cobra, nice low cobra to start. Exhaling, tucking the toes, down dog. Inhaling the left leg forward, drop the back knee down. We'll do a twist here, so right fingertips on the mat, left fingertips stay up high for a beautiful twist. Exhaling, fingertips on the mat, spring forward, right foot meets left, bowing down. Inhaling, rising up, fingers forward, up and back. Exhaling, hands down through heart center. We'll do the left side, inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, left leg back as far as you can go. Left foot down, chest forward, chin up. Just feeling that beautiful stretch into the front of the hip flexor on the left side. Inhaling, exhaling. Next time you inhale, plant the hands down, send the feet back into high plank. Inhaling, exhaling. Top of the inhale, inhaling. Exhaling, knees, chest in between the arms, tuck the elbows in, sliding forward into cobra, low cobra. Exhaling, down dog. Inhaling, right leg forward, drop the back knee, do the twist. Exhaling, Plant the hands down, spring forward, left foot meets right, bowing down, inhaling, rising up. Exhaling, down through heart center. Go through that again. Inhaling, exhaling with a bit of a variation in between. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, right foot back as far as you can, top of the foot on the mat, looking forward or feeling that beautiful stretch into the hip flexor there. Maybe lifting the back knee up this time. Fist on the mat instead of the wrist, just to take a bit of weight out of the wrists here, twisting to the left. Just making sure that you've got that left knee is tucked in nice and tight to the body. So you don't want to be hanging out too far. Opening up through the chest here. And then coming down, planting the hands down, make some room for the leg to go back into a high plank. Nice long slow deep breath in here. Exhaling, inhaling. And then knees, chest in between the arms, bending through the elbows in nice and tight, sliding through into cobra. Maybe a bit higher this time. Exhaling into down dog. Inhaling, right leg forward. Fist down, fingertips to the sky, twisting to the right. And then plant the right hand down. Left foot meets right, bowing down. Inhaling, rising up. Exhaling, down through heart center. We'll do the opposite side, the left side. Inhaling, forward, up and back with the fingertips. Exhaling, pivoting out the hips, fingertips line up with the toes. Inhaling, left leg back as far as you can go. Exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Maybe lifting the knee up at the back. Inhaling, left fist down, right fingertips touch the sky. Keeping that right knee tucked in so you're not hanging it out too far. Opening up through the chest. Inhaling. Exhaling, planting the hands down. Inhaling, make some room. Send that right foot back to meet the left. High plank. Inhaling. As you exhale, knees, chest, forehead to the mat or chin, sliding through into cobra, come up a bit higher. Exhaling, down dog. Inhaling, left leg forward, right fist down, do the twist. Exhaling, spring forward into inhaling, exhaling. Just pausing here. We're going to go through one more time, one more variation to add to that, or might go through a couple more times. Take some nice long slow deep breaths here, just to come back to your natural state of being, just to come back to your natural breath. So just let the body relax here. Rocking back and forward on the feet here one more time. And then when you're ready, inhaling the fingertips forward, up and back. Exhaling, pivoting at the hips, folding forward, and on the fingertips up at the toes. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, right foot back as far as you can. Keep that right knee up. Exhaling, just extending out through the crown of the head from the heel all the way to the crown of the head. Coming up onto the fingertips, so you don't want to be putting too much weight into the fingertips here. Just pressing down through the left foot there, the big toe side of the left foot. Just feeling that beautiful stretch through the hamstring, through the thigh. Planting the right fist down, left fingertips to the sky for a twist. Opening up, twisting a little bit more, looking back to that hand if you can. And then placing the left hand where the right hand is, dropping the back heel down, and then sending the right fingertips to the sky. Keeping a bend in the front knee, and then we'll slowly come up into warrior. Elbows and arms are shoulder high, so a nice straight line in between like you're in between two panes of glass here. So looking down the camera here, there's a nice line through here. Some people can't always open the hips up enough on the side here, but flexing out through the fingers are at shoulder height, looking back to the fingers behind you, out in front, bending through the front knee there, and then pressing through the outside edge of that back foot. And then we'll just do a bit of a flow here. So take the right hand to the right thigh, the fingertips up and back behind you. Exhaling, just touch the forearm down on the left knee there. Inhaling, do a flow here. Keeping a bend in that front knee. Inhaling, fingertips back behind you. Exhaling. Maybe next time you come through, slide that arm down the side of the calf there. Fingertips, nice straight line in between the fingertips, the shoulders. Looking up to the fingertips. A few breaths here. And then when you're ready, we'll come up, fingertips out wide, straighten the front knee, or the left knee, and then we extend through the torso, so the arms are still at shoulder height. Just extend through the torso to the side, and then just come into Trikonasana, triangle. You can either do inside or outside of the foot, nice straight line between fingertips up nice and high, extending out through the fingers. And then maybe we'll do reverse triangle. So taking the right fingertips to where the left are, and then just a bit more of a twist here, and then coming back, keeping the front leg straight, and just just pivot onto the toes. Hands are either side of the foot here until we're in a nice straight legs, forward fold over the legs here. Maybe walk that back leg in a bit so you can drop that back heel down. Maybe a little bit more. Just letting the weight just get the torso just laying on top of that thigh on the straight leg. Left leg is straight, right leg is straight. You're on like a train tracks with the feet. And then from here, we're just going to turn our body to the side so the feet are facing in the same direction. Just heel toe the feet out a bit. Hands are on the mat just for some support. Walk the feet out a bit more, open up through the hips. Halfway lift, fingertips touching the mat. Exhaling. Just let the head be heavy here. Maybe take the hands to the feet or the ankles. Feeling that beautiful stretch into the back of the thighs. The inner thighs are getting a workout here, stretching out the lower back, lengthening the muscles in the back. Maybe lining up the fingertips with the toes, elbows underneath the shoulders, and then pressing the hands into the mat, just drawing the head down closer to the mat. Maybe inching the feet out a little bit wider, just to feel a bit more sensation into the inner thigh, into that hip joint. It's all about how you're feeling here. So just feeling into your body, maybe touching the head down. Just feeling into your body here, taking the weight into the hands wherever you need to for support. And then as you slowly come back to your natural breath, hands are on the feet, and we'll slide the hands up the calves as you come up. hands on the hips. And then from here we're going to send the right foot out at the front of the short edge of your mat, and the left foot's at 90 degrees. So we're coming into warrior on this side, sending the fingertips out at shoulder height. Nice bend in that front knee. Looking back to that hand behind you, just making sure this foot's nicely grounded. And we'll do a bit of a flow here. So right fingertips to the sky, left fingertips touch the thigh at the back, and then coming forward, and forearm touches down on the thigh, not putting too much weight into extending the left arm out. A few more times. Going back a little bit further each time, bending through the right knee a little bit further. Every time coming down a little bit lower. Just letting your body know where you're headed here. Next time you come back, maybe pausing here. As you come forward, maybe slide that arm down the side of the calf here. Opening up the chest, arms nice and straight. And then coming up, straightening that front leg. And then extending the torso out over that front leg. And then coming to Trikonasana, opening up. Hand at the front or hand at the back. Maybe do reverse. Where left hand meets right fingertips touch the sky. And then pivoting on that back foot. And then we're coming into just a bit of a forward fold. Just walking that back foot in a bit so you can just drop that back heel down. It's like you're on train tracks here. Feeling that beautiful stretch, the lengthening through the hamstring there. Inhaling, exhaling. Just let it all go. Just relaxing over the thigh. Nose to knee if you can. One more breath. And then once again, we're just going to walk the hands out. Feet are facing me, hopefully. Forward fold again. Walk the feet out a little bit, heel toe. Hands are on the feet here. Just letting your head be heavy. And this time, see if you can take the left hand to the right hand, and then the right hand goes up high. And then we'll do the opposite side, so left hand, right hand to left foot, and do the twist. Opposite side, do a flow here. Just moving through a nice flow. Bending through the knees as much as you need to keep the integrity of the knees here. A few more times. Opening up to the side. And then letting the head be heavy. Slide the hands up the shins to the thighs, to the hips. Hands just to the back of the hips here, and just do a bit of a back bend here. And then releasing. And then we'll just stand with our feet just below the hips here. Just standing at the top of the mat. Just pausing here. Just taking a few breaths, just to let the body come back to its natural breath. Shrugging the shoulders. Just flailing the arms around just to come back to your natural sense of being here. We're at the top of the mat again. Just pausing here for a few breaths. Sending the fingers forward, up and back. Exhaling, pivoting at the hips, line the fingertips up with the toes. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, the right foot goes back as far as you can go, keeping the knee up high on this side. Flexing out through so the heel's going back as far as you can, and you're flexing out so the neck's in a nice straight line with the spine here, and so you nice straight line between the crown of the head and the heel there, twisting, planting the fist down, twisting to the left, planting the hand down. We'll come into high plank, high side of a push-up, and maybe come into a three-legged plank on one side and then the other side. Maybe taking the weight into each opposite foot and the hand. See if you can, maybe you have to plant one of the heels down and see if you can take a hold of the foot. Opposite side. Coming into a plank. See if you can come up on the tippy toes. And then both hands down, both feet down. And then we'll drop down onto the forearms for a forearm plank. Interlace the fingers. Stay here for 8 breaths. Engaging through the core. A few more breaths here. Maybe try three-legged. One more breath. Exhaling. Oh, hips are down, elbows are wide. Forehead on the mat, make a pillow with the hands. Wiggle the hips. Big toes are touching. We'll come into Sphinx. Big toes are touching, elbows are underneath the shoulders. Fingertips are out in front, just relaxing through the hands. And so from here, chest is in between the shoulders. It's like you're pulling the arms back along the mat towards the heels. So the chin head can be down, can be up if that's good for you. This is a back bend, so just be cautious here. So from here we're going to look over the right shoulder, using the eyeballs to see if you can see the left foot. Exhaling back to center, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, opposite side, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. One more time on inside, inhaling, exhaling, elbows out wide, make a pillow, forehead on the mat. Wiggle the hips. As we work through the energy channels of the body, we're just starting to open up those energy channels, send the shoulders above the elbows once more. Fingertips are just relaxed. We're going to come up a little bit higher, so just pressing the hands into the mat, just straightening through the elbows. Wherever you come to today, just a nice gentle back bend here. Big toes are touching, heels out, or maybe you need to widen the legs a bit. Inhaling, looking over the right shoulder. Exhaling, inhaling, looking over the left shoulder. Exhaling, inhaling. A few more times on each side. Keeping the belly on the mat. Navel's touching the mat. Inhaling, exhaling. Left cheek on the mat. Arms beside the body, palms facing up, just relaxing here. So from here, we're going to come back into that Sphinx, but we're going to bend the right knee up towards the chest, so so your ankle bone's touching the mat. So there's a nice 90 degrees in here. Now this isn't for everyone. It's certainly taken me a while to get used to this posture. But from here, we're going to press down through the hands and we're going to just straighten the elbows. So this is kind of a bit juicy in the hips here. Tend to be a bit more on the left side, on the straight leg side. But just taking a few breaths here. Keeping the belly on the mat so you're touching the belly button down, the navel down. There's probably a lot more weight in the left side than the right side. Maybe looking back to that right foot. Maybe taking a hold of the left foot in the right hand. Just looking back. A lot of weight in this left hand, so one more breath. Exhaling. Make a pillow, right cheek on the mat. You can keep that right leg bent if you want. Then when you're ready, we'll come up, straighten that front leg. Sorry, straighten that right leg. I'm going to do the same on the other side, so the left leg. The left leg is, you see me from here, that left leg is bent. So from here we're just going to have the shoulders underneath above the elbows, and so we're going to straighten through the arms here, and then we'll come up. So there's a lot of weight on this side. Elbow, straightening the elbows as much as you can. Ankle bone on the left side is touching the mat, 90 degrees in this leg here. Maybe coming up a little bit higher. This side's better for me. There's a lot going on that right hip. We'll be getting a bit of a workout this morning. Taking the weight into the right arm, which is probably where you're at already. Bending that right knee, and then left hand to. So this is quite intense. Come out of it if it's too much for you. Maybe come down onto the forearm. That's probably not so bad. Wherever you feel, wherever it feels good for you. And then maybe coming up again just to feel that beautiful. There's a back bend and it's a twist and a lot of stuff going on here. And then relaxing down, keeping that left knee bent, forehead on the mat. Take a few breaths. Straightening that left leg, big toes touching. Forehead on the mat. Hands beside the rib cage there. Tuck the toes. We'll come up into a down dog. Walking the dog. Bending one knee a lot, sending the other knee back, and the other heel back behind you. Just walk on the dog. Arms beside the ears, chest heading towards the feet, belly button towards the thigh. Trying to take a bit of weight out of the wrists here by pressing into the thumb and the first finger. Walking the dog. Widening the stance a bit, so take the feet to the outside edges of the mat. Taking the weight into the right hand, might have to bring that hand forward a touch. Taking the left hand to the outside of the right ankle there. Looking out underneath the right underarm. Opposite side. Looking out underneath. One more on each side. And then walking the hands back toward you. Just forward fold. Just maybe taking the hands to the opposite elbows and doing a frame around the head there. Just letting the head be heavy. Feet are underneath the hips or a little bit wider depending on how much room you need. A few more breaths. Let gravity do the work here. And then we're just going to take the left hand in front of the left foot, straighten through the right knee, and we'll send the right fingertips to the sky. So it's twisting to the straight leg side and then coming across to the other side. And then keep it flowing, maybe taking that hand a little bit wider in front of the opposite foot just to give you a bit of traction. And then just opening up here, beautiful twists here, beautiful for the body. Just gives you a beautiful massage for the internal organs, the spleen, the liver, the kidney. All your intestines get a bit of a workout, moving around, getting the blood flow, getting the water and all the nutrients just to get into those areas of tension or tightness. A few more times. And then when you're ready, just relaxing, fingertips on the mat, sliding the hands up the shins, halfway lift, and forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold. One more time. Inhaling, halfway lift. And forward fold. Plant the hands down and we're walking the hands back out. Down dog. Drop to the knees. Knees are wide. Big toes touching. Belly in between the thighs, and walk the hands out. Forehead on the mat. We're coming into wide leg child's pose. Wide leg child's pose. Balasana. Balasana. Child's pose. Just relaxing here. If you like, you can place one cheek on the mat and then slide both arms underneath the belly there towards the feet. So the shoulders are touching the mat, cheek on the mat, arms are relaxed down underneath the chest, hands are touching the feet or close to the feet. Just relaxing here, maybe send the knees out a little bit wider. We'll come up onto the other side, so taking the left hand out, just take a bit of weight, drop the left cheek over, and then slide that hand back down underneath the chest towards the feet. Beautiful, relaxing, wide-legged Balasana child's pose. Just taking a few breaths here. And when you're ready, take a bit of weight in the hands, the big toes are touching, knees are out wide. And then we'll just sit on the heels here. Just placing the backs of the hands on the thighs. Just to take a bit of weight out of the wrists here. And then from here, just taking the palms face down, fingertips pointing towards you in between the legs, then we're just going to place a bit of weight into the wrists here. So it's like a reverse. It's a reverse plank. Well, it's like you're in a plank, but it's in reverse. And then from here, we can actually just come back into a plank, into a reverse plank. Not reverse plank, into a plank with the fingertips pointing back towards you. And then drop the hips down and just to feel that beautiful stretch into the forearm there. The thighs aren't touching down, the toes are tucked, you're just flexing through the front of the, maybe do three-legged. One more breath. Drop the knees down, come back. Sit on the heels, knees are together, interlace the fingers, and then we'll just circle through the wrists in one direction and then the other, and then just relaxing, pressing the tops of the hands into the mat, the back of the hands into your thigh or the mat, wherever feels most comfortable for you. And then we're going to come forward into a tabletop. And then from here, we're just going to take the right knee to the back of the right wrist, and then that right heel kind of tucks into close to the hips there, and we'll just walk this left leg back so we're coming into pigeon, half pigeon. See if you can come up onto, so this front leg you can either dorsiflex through the front foot, and then I like to hold that leg there, and then just coming up here, just letting you want to have nice level hips here. Tuck the back toes if you need to. Maybe taking the weight out of the hands, coming up into whatever feels good for you. Hands behind the back. It's quite intense here, so just do what's within your reach here. And then from here, we're just going to come down onto the forearms. Actually, we should have started that way because the other way is pretty intense, but yeah. So from here, we're just going to take from here, we're just going to take the right forearm so it's across the short edge of the mat, and we're going to send the fingertips to the sky, twisting to the same side as the right foot there, opening up, and then see if you can just slide that arm underneath that left arm underneath the right, just for a bit of a twist here. So this really gets into the glute on that front side. So glute on the right's getting a bit of a workout, keeping a nice dorsiflex through that right foot there. I'll just come up so that you can hear me a bit better. So you're doing a bit of a twist to the right side there. And then as you slowly come up, just take the fingertips out in front of you here, bending through the left foot, left knee, and then see if you can take the left foot to the left hand to the left foot there. And then, or you just take the weight wherever it feels good here, just keeping the hips nice and level here. Maybe you can come up a little bit more. Maybe you can bend this leg back nice and close to you. Whatever feels good, arms out in front. And then just dropping onto that right hip, and then swinging that left leg around to join into Baddha Konasana, into band angle pose or butterfly. Just wiggle the hips here, just flutter the hips. Taking the hands on the knees here, chest forward. As you come forward, just slide the hands down the shins. This is a bit of a release for the lower back. Let the head be heavy. Chin to the chest, just curling through the spine, or just relaxing down here. Just letting go of any thoughts of the day, the week ahead, the days and months that have just been past. Just letting go. Just come back to the breath, the anchor to the present moment, the here and now. Just coming back to the breath. See if you can get the forehead onto the toes or the foot. If not, doesn't matter, as long as you're feeling it. It's not what you do in yoga, it's how you do what you do. And then when you're slowly rising up, slide the hands up towards the knees. Just help those knees in towards the midline there, hug the knees in. Nose to knee, chin to chest, coming up onto tippy toes. Just balancing here. Balancing here, maybe bringing the knees towards the chest and the shins are parallel to the mat. Pistol grip of the big toes for a seated happy baby. We'll come across to the other side in a minute to do the pigeon on the other side, Ekapadottanasana. A few more breaths. And then when you're ready, straighten the front legs, or the legs. There's no front legs or back legs in this pose. And then when you're ready, crossing over the ankles, and then coming straight up into down dog. And then from here, walk the dog a little bit, and then we'll take the left knee to the back of the left wrist there, same as we did on the other side. So this heel can be either close to the body, or you can dorsiflex that foot, and then you can have it coming this foot forward of the hips, just walking that back foot back, starting on the forearms just to level the hips here. As long as it feels good for you. Just feeling into the hip here. We're stressing this hip joint, stress in a good way, we're straining it. Applying some gentle pressure here. It's up to you how much you do. And then slowly walking the hands in, see if you can just come up into the fingertips. Taking some weight into the hands. Maybe coming all the way up. Hands behind the back here. And behind the back, maybe taking that right foot in the hand. Maybe do both hands. A few more times here. A few more breaths. And then slowly coming down onto that forearm again, onto the forearms. Take the left elbow in front of the left knee, and then just bring that arm just in line with the short edge of the mat. And we're going to twist to the right. And then we're just going to straighten out that left arm and slide the right arm underneath. And then we're just twisting here. So I like to keep this foot dorsiflexed at the front. So when I'm twisting, I'm kind of, as I twist, I can kind of ground in here so my hips don't lift up. And then you just feeling that beautiful lengthening in the glutes here, just getting a little bit of a stretch, or a lot of a stretch. Just staying here for a few breaths, dorsiflexing that left foot just to maintain integrity in that knee, making sure you're not feeling any sharp or stabbing pain, electrical kind of feelings or sensations, or any numbness. You want to make sure that everything's flowing evenly. A few more breaths. And then when you're ready, just walking the hands in, starting off to that left side, and then lengthening the legs out, coming into Dandasana, or staff pose. So we're just going to sit here in staff pose for a minute. Feet are out in front. And so making fists, we'll just make a fist, lift the hips up, and then drop them back down again. And then from here, we're just going to slowly slide the hands down or up the thighs, and then lay down. Not in Shavasana just yet. So, soles of the feet on the mat. See if you can touch the heels with the middle finger. That's about a nice distance away from the butt, from the buttocks. And so from here, palms facing down on the mat beside the body. Taking some nice long slow deep breaths here in through the nose. And sigh out through the mouth. Inhaling in through the nose. And sigh out through the mouth. Inhaling. As you inhale in, the little bit of a back, the back arches slightly. You just notice that gap opens up in the back, lower back. Exhaling, the back flattens out. So next time you inhale, filling up the chest. As you exhale, press down through the soles of the feet and lift the hips up into a bridge. Hips are nice and high. A few breaths here. And relaxing. Take a few breaths. As you inhale, arching through the back gently, exhaling, pressing the hands feet into the mat, interlacing the fingers underneath the hips there. Bring the shoulder blades together, interlace the fingers, pressing the shoulders into the mat, head into the mat, feet into the mat. Hips are nice and high. From here, maybe you can take a shelf with the hands underneath the hips here, supported bridge. So the hands are just wrapping around the hips here, fingertips wrapping around the outside of the hips. Elbows are in nice and tight. And then you can come up and support yourself. Wiggle through the hips a bit, maybe straighten the legs up. Maybe you can take the hands or the feet behind you, supporting the lower back where you can. If the legs are at 45, that's great. If they're not, that's great. And then coming back, straighten the legs up overhead towards the ground, bending through the knees, one foot down at a time. And then pressing down through the feet, keeping the hands, fingertips pointing towards the sky, and we'll just lower down. And then soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana, Supta Baddha Konasana this time. This is we're reclined. Just relaxing here. We'll take the arms to shoulder height, out wide. And so we'll send the right knee up high, the left knee up high, the right knee crosses over the left. And see if you can tuck that right foot underneath that left ankle there. So this is called twisted root, so it's a bit more intense, a bit more of an intense twist. And so then just plant the foot down and send the hips over to the right, and then we're going to send the knees over to the left, looking over the right shoulder. And so if you've got a pillow, you can take support here. Oh, this is a pretty intense twist, keeping the shoulders grounded. Just relaxing here. Just keeping the breath nice and steady, keeping the mind nice and steady. Just keeping the awareness within the body, within the yoga space that you've provided for yourself. A few more breaths. On your next inhale, just undo the ankle bind. Just releasing the feet to the outside edges of the mat. Do a few windscreen wipers. Bring the hips into center. A few windscreen wipers. Arms are still out of shoulder height. And then bringing the right foot just in line with the hip there. Cross the left foot over, the left knee over the right. Interlace those, or lock those ankles in, take the hips over to the left slightly, and then just take the knees over to the right, looking out over the left shoulder. Shoulders are nicely grounded here. Inhaling. Exhaling just to twist a little deeper here. This kind of workout keeps you away from the doctor, keeps you away from the chiro. physio as well. You're doing your own physio work here. Acupressure. Twisting here, beautiful twist for the body. It's like a garden hose when you've got a garden hose on and you block the garden hose, you squeeze your fingers on the garden hose and all the pressure builds up behind. And then when you release the garden hose, all the pressure just flows through the hose, and if there's any blockages, it just releases them. And that's what we're doing in yoga. We're just opening up the energy channels, unblocking them, letting all the energies just move freely around the body into all your energy centers, your chakras, from the crown of the head to the base of the spine. There's 7 in between. They govern the bodily functions. And so throughout our practice today, we've probably touched on all of the chakras. A few more breaths. I've got too much to say through the yoga class to actually describe too much of it, but I will endeavour, and as time goes by, to find some time to find some space in my yoga classes to actually describe it a little bit better. Just taking the feet to the outside edges of the mat, doing some windscreen wipers, and then slowly just send the feet out to the outside edges of the mat. Heels are out wide. Feet are relaxed out to the side. Arms are beside the body, comfortable distance apart from the body, so you can open the hands up to the sky. Closing down the eyes. Just coming back to the breath. Just noticing how you're feeling here. Any areas of tension or tightness that might still exist, breathing into those areas. Taking some nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Where the awareness goes, the energy flows. Just relaxing through the toes. Relaxing through the feet and the ankles. Relaxing through the calves and the shins. Sending your awareness into the knees, relaxing through the knees and the kneecaps. Taking your awareness up into the thighs, relaxing the hamstrings and the quads, the quadriceps. Taking your awareness across to the fingertips, relaxing through the fingers and the thumbs. Relaxing through the wrists and the forearms, the elbows and the upper arms, the triceps and the biceps. Relaxing through the whole of the arms. Relaxing through the belly. Relaxing through the hips. Relaxing through the diaphragm, the rib cage and the chest. Relaxing through the whole of the front body. Relaxing through the lower back, the middle back and the upper back. Relaxing through the whole of the back body. Relaxing through the shoulders, the back of the neck, the back of the head. Relaxing through the crown of the head, the forehead, the third eye center in between the eyebrows. Relaxing through the cheekbones and the jaw. Relaxing through the eyes and the eye sockets. Relaxing through all the internal organs in the body. Just relax. Start to deepen your breath now. Start to bring your awareness back into the body, lying on the mat in your yoga space. Sending some gentle energy and movement into the fingers and toes, wrists and ankles, circling them in one direction and then the other, slowly starting to wake up the whole of the body. Turning the head from side to side, slowly starting to wake up the nervous system. On your next inhale, send the fingertips and toes away from one another for a full body stretch, extending and flexing and twisting the ankles and the wrists. Exhaling the knees towards the chest, giving them a beautiful hug in, close to the body. Rocking left to right or around the sacrum for a beautiful lower back massage. Just doing anything that feels good now before rolling off to the right side, finding yourself in a comfortable seated, fetal position, making a comfortable pillow with the arm. Just taking some nice long slow deep breaths into the back of the heart space here. Just scanning through your body, just noticing any areas of tension or tightness that might still exist. Breathing into those areas. Just noticing how you're feeling energetically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Without judgment, just acknowledging and then letting go. And when you're ready, just pressing down through the left hand, rise up, comfortable seat, crossing the feet, legs over at the opposite way to the start of the practice. Sitting up nice and tall, just finding your comfortable seat here. Just closing down the eyes. Just taking a few moments just to think about what you're grateful for in life, the gratitude you have for people or circumstance. Bowing the chin to the chest, bring the hands in a heart center, Anjali Mudra, fingertips and palms gently touching. We take this opportunity to give love and gratitude to ourselves and our bodies, and for the ancient and sacred teachings of yoga. May all beings with whom we are inseparably interconnected be fulfilled, awakened, liberated and free. May there be peace in the world and in the entire universe, and may we all together complete the spiritual journey. The divine in ourselves bows to the divine in each other, and together we say, Namaste. Namaste everybody, thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful day, and stay safe. Thank you.